This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good morning. So we will
Good
wait
morning.
for 2 more minutes.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we will wait for 2 more minutes for others to join, and then we'll start our discussion. Hi everyone, once again welcome back. Uh, Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So I'll quickly show our course content. We already started our discussion, started discussing about important things. So we are into the performance engineering life cycle. So I'll quickly open the engineering lifecycle document. So we discussed all the testing related things we discussed, and the next activity to testing is actually your production deployment. Okay, so when developers are actually doing the production deployment, performance engineers will parallelly think about monitoring and then capacity planning. Okay, monitoring and capacity planning. Monitoring, why they are doing, they wanted to uh, understand after deploying our application how the resource utilization is actually happening. Okay, after running your application, CPU how much, memory how much, all those things, if you wanted to analyze it, monitoring is important. So what are all the things they are doing? Forecasting production problems. We are forecasting the production problems. If this trend is going on, will it create problem or what? Right now, the data is like this. If it is prolonged for some time, will it create problem or what? That is what they are doing by doing the monitoring activity. And then plan for capacity. So while doing the monitoring, say like I have 64 GB RAM with me. I have 64 GB RAM with me. Okay. But after looking into the utilization metrics, okay, after looking into the utilization metric, I am getting the understanding I'm not even using 16 GB of my RAM, not even using 16 GB of my RAM throughout the utilization. Okay, but I'm having 64 GB of RAM. So what I can do, if I'm not even using 16 GB of a RAM, why should I invest this much money for the infrastructure? So from next year onwards, any optimization can be done on the infrastructure cost avoid. I'll only purchase or I'll only utilize 32 GB of RAM instead of 64 GB of RAM, where I don't have even 16 GB of RAM utilization. So that is how capacity planning is also happening, and also each and every configurational level things like so and so servers are there, so and so users are there, how we are going to manage the capacity. Okay, so using the monitoring data to optimize the performance. I told you you are going to get CPU utilization metric, memory utilization metric. So through that you wanted to optimize anything or what? Okay, because you are getting high CPU, high memory, or high garbage collection like that means then you need to think through and then try to resolve your CPU level problem, memory level problem, garbage collection level problem like that. You need to work on it. So that's where optimization is actually comes into picture. Optimization comes into picture. Okay, so this is all these are actually happening in performance engineering life cycle activity. Performance engineering life cycle activity, because right from requirement gathering till your production deployment, what are all the things that you have to perform, because you should know basic activities of performance engineer. Like that only you can explain also. Say like I'll put it in this way. Say, I mean, as a performance tester, okay, as a performance tester, if somebody is going and attending the interview, okay, if somebody is going and attending the interview, that time the interviewer is actually asking, tell me, what are all the activities that you are performing day in, day out? What are all the activities that you are performing? Like that, if they are asking the question, mostly what we are doing is, mostly what we are doing, anybody can say like to a performance tester, if somebody is asking what are all the activities that you are performing, what will you say? Any performance testers? What you guys
We
will
may
say?
have, yeah, we may have those performance code or the scripts with us, which we will be like executing against each build or deployment, and we'll be monitoring.
Okay, these are the things we'll explain to the interviewer, actually saying yes, your point is valid. Actually saying, when somebody is asking this kind of a question to you, what are all the activities that you will perform? So at that time, the performance tester, what they will answer, they'll say, we'll collect the NFR. From the NFR, we will prepare the test plan. From the test plan, we'll prepare the test script using LoadRunner or Jmeter or any tool. While preparing the test script, after preparing this test script, we will do the execution. Load test, and all will execute. Once the test is actually executed, we'll prepare the report. In that, I'll share the information to the customer. I'll also do the monitoring for infrastructure data collection. Like that, you will explain to the interviewer, because these are the activities performed by the performance tester. So, why I'm saying this? So, this is actually the life cycle itself. Whatever we are telling, right? Whatever we are telling as activities performed by performance tester, that is actually a life cycle only. The life cycle only are going to explain to them, these are the activities I am performing day in, day out, like that you are going to explain. So that is the reason we are explaining the life cycle of performance engineering, because in future, if somebody is asking what are all the activities that you are performing as part of the performance engineering activity, it is good that you can explain the life cycle itself. I mean, not explain, correlate your work related to life cycle itself. Okay. So that is how performance engineering life cycle understanding is very, very important. Any question guys still now?
I have a doubt in the 3 points here. Forecast production problems, okay, that's fine. Plan for capacity also understood. What is the third one? How is it different from the second one?
Plan for capacity is only planning your capacity, where how to utilize it, how much you have to utilize it. There is only plan for capacity. Third one is actually you are digesting the information and then you are trying to correlate one metric with another metric and try to fix the problem if there is anything.
Can you say like one example for the third point? Like,
Say you have a, APM tool metric Dynatrace. Okay, so in that you are getting high CPU utilization. Correspondingly, you are validating your response times are high. So because of high CPU utilization, your response time is high, and you are thinking, why don't you do any kind of optimization implementation? It may be code side, it may be infra side. So that understanding you are getting only through the data that you are receiving from the monitoring tool.
okay, okay, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So coming back to the topic, so activities performed by the performance engineer. Okay, activities performed by the performance engineer. Okay, so before to that, maybe I'll split this thing into two things. Activities performed means what? Where there is a problem, that time performance engineers are actually comes to that place, right? Where there is a problem. So what is that problem? Okay, can anybody tell us, like, what are all the problems that you guys are encountered before? Okay, with respect to performance or with respect to the application level, what are all the problems that that you guys faced before? Anybody can say what are all the problems?
The response time is too slow. Response.
Response time is high. Then
We have a bad job execution in place. In one of the incidents, I remember that bad job was occupying too much of RAM,
okay,
like too much
memory.
utilization.
Okay, memory utilization.
High.
Connection issue. The
Connection issue.
application is not responding.
Connection issue. Application is not responding attributed to any reason. Okay, it is maybe multiple reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we consider the timeout issue?
Yeah. Timeout is also attributed to the connection level issues.
Okay.
Maybe like a latency issue.
Bandwidth latency.
Network. Okay. Network level issues. Okay. So you guys are saying these are the problems that you guys are frequently encountering, and this is how we saw a list of problems, right? So maybe I'll try to see. I'll try to see remaining set. Okay. So I'm saying poorly written code. Okay. The problem is actually started with the primary problem is actually started with poorly written code. Okay, there won't be any logic, any standard that they are not following. Because of that, you are getting some kind of a problem. The poorly written code means what? It may be a inefficient algorithm, or it may be some memory leak that is actually happening in the application, or it may be some deadlock that is actually happening in the application, or it may be old version of software that you are using. Okay, poorly written code. It may be memory leak that is actually happening. It may be deadlock that is actually happening. It may be old version of software that we are using currently. Okay, and you may be having a database related problem. Database related problem. Okay, database related, obviously missing indexes. Okay, missing indexes, and then even database level also deadlock. So these are database related. Sometimes problem related to data growth. Data growth. So what is that data growth? Over the period, your data is actually growing, but you did not manage it properly. Data growth. Okay, say think like this retail-based application, or even healthcare application, wherein they are storing lot of data. They are storing lot of data, but you did not manage it well. You did not manage it well, and you are facing a problem. You are facing a problem in because of the data storage. Because of the data storage, over the period, the data is actually high. Data storage is actually high, and you did not manage well. So that may be one other reason. Or heavy traffic. Or heavy traffic you consider, or sudden traffic, both the way. Okay, the sudden traffic or heavy traffic that is actually creating the problem. Say like this Black Friday, Good Friday, New Year. Yes, we know very well you are going to get lot of traffic. Heavy traffic will be coming. But if you are not prepared for that condition, you are not prepared for that condition means, yes, obviously your application is going to face the problem. Okay, heavy traffic or poor load distribution. Poor load distribution. I mean your load balancers or your load balancing, you are doing it in a wrong way. Okay, poor load distribution things. Okay, or you are having some problem with your DNS firewall, or the network configuration. Okay, or your network connectivity related. Okay, network connectivity related. Okay, so I mean there are times what will happen, third party system. Third party system will have certain problem. Okay, the service that they are providing is, say like some payment gateway or some third party services, whatever they are providing, right? That may be the issue also. Okay, that may be the issue also. Or shared resources. Shared resources, or even you call that as SAD VMs. Okay, VMs. Okay, virtual machines. So shared resources is also a problem. You also have a thread related problem. Thread related problem. Or you may be having a memory related problem. Okay, memory related problem. Okay, memory related problem means what are all the memory related problem? Maybe a memory leak problem or improper caching problem. Improper caching problem, or even memory allocation problem. Memory allocation problem. Okay, so those are memory related problems. So there is one more thing called domino effect. Domino effect means what? Domino effect means problem in one location will create problem in another location. Okay, problem in one location will create problem in another location. We should be in a position to easily backtrace it. We should be in a position to easily backtrace. Okay, that is what dominant. Okay, so which means that that is also one kind of a problem. So if you look at it, maybe you guys mentioned there are set of problem statements. I wanted to tell you there are set of problem statements. Why? If you know the problem statements, so if you know, I mean, you are going to get the uh, value of it. I mean, how you are going to fix the problem, or who is going to be the responsible person for doing it. So now, why I explained these things, because every activity your performance engineer can contribute. Okay, every activity performance engineer can contribute. They can contribute, and then they can resolve all these kind of a problem. So now activities performed by performance engineer means, again, that's what I told you. The activities performed by performance engineer, I divided into two. One is knowing the problem. Second one is what way you are going to equip yourself. What way you are going to prepare yourself. Okay. So meaning that what? So because many used to ask this question, sir, if I wanted to become a performance engineer, what are all the things that I should know, sir? I mean, that time only you can approach these problems, whatever the problem that I listed, right? So all those problems can be approached once you know that skill set, once you have aware of that skill set, right? So what are all the things that I have to learn, sir? Right now I have certain potential, certain understanding. Yeah, over the period, some down the line, 3 years, 5 years, what are all the things that I have to learn, sir? Okay, so I'm repeating again. It is not something like today you are going, tomorrow you will become performance engineer. No, not like that. Okay, it is a continuous learning, continuous involvement that you are showing. Okay, yes, the list that I'm going to show you, in this anywhere you are currently good with. Okay, any part of it currently you are good with, try to focus on that layer. Once you are comfortable with that layer, you expand your knowledge to other spaces also. Okay, that is very important. I'll repeat again. Whatever the list that I'm giving you right now, already you will be good in somewhere, and you try to make your comfortable with that layer, and then once you are comfortable, and then you can move it to the other layer. Okay, so if you wanted to become a performance engineer, what are all the things that you have to aware of it? Okay, first one, learn dev skills. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Since I'm putting it in the first point, don't think like this is the first thing you have to do it. No, not like that. I'm going to put a list. Anything you are currently good with, you start your learning, and then over the period, yes, those skill is also needed over the period down the line. If you are thinking like you wanted to contribute in other spaces also, instead of only focus on only one particular area, you wanted to focus on other spaces also, that time you can learn the dev skill. Okay, don't think like first point I need to go and today I am going to become a advanced Java developer. No, not like that. It is something that I'm giving the list. Over the period, you are keep on investing your time in other spaces, but over the period you wanted to show your contribution in this layer also. That time you can do the dev skill learning. Okay, but I'll put that list now. Okay, I'll put that list now. So learn the dev skills. So what will you do? Okay, it is something like you can learn Java, you can learn .NET, you can learn Python. Okay, so similarly you can learn about JVM means what. Okay, garbage collection means what. Okay, memory leak means what. Okay, code tuning means what, like that you can learn. Okay, even you can learn about the web technologies like HTML or CSS or JavaScript. These things also you can focus on a little. And then learn performance testing tool. Learn performance testing tool, because that is very important. Because any activity that you are doing, you require the load condition. Okay, you require a load condition. Even in our course, most of the time we'll use the load testing tool traffic, because I cannot always create multi-user traffic, multi-user load condition and all, right? I need minimum user load traffic, say like 10, 20, 50, like that. If I wanted to trigger the load condition, instead of manual way of triggering it, we'll use the load testing tool to trigger it and then find if there is any problem, right? So for that, you should learn a performance testing tool as well. And then application architecture. Application architecture. Okay, at least you should talk about how your hardware, how your software is actually working. How your hardware, how your software is actually working. Even you should know about your CPU, memory, storage, network. CPU, memory, storage, network, all those things also you should aware of it. And you should also aware of your production environment and QA environment related information also. So architecturally, you should have fundamental understanding. And then you should do a effective test. Okay, effective test. Effective test means what? Proper workload, proper business flow, and then even test data. So I'll know the workload. Okay, or even you can say critical business flows or test data management. Test data management. So all these things, if you are doing, you are going to have effective test that you can create. Effective test. Effective test. Why I'm using the word effective test? For the sake of doing, don't do it. There should be an objective behind it. That's the reason we are doing the effective performance system. Okay, and then you can say analyze the report. Analyze the report. Okay, that is very important. Okay, performance testing report, if somebody is giving, you should be in a position to analyze it, interpret, understand the information. That is very important. See, most of the time what is actually happening, when the tool is actually giving something, people are only sharing the information what the tool is actually providing, and they are not adding value to that. They are not adding value to that. Actually, in my perspective, please add your own sentences to put the meaningful understanding. Okay, to get the meaningful understanding. Say like you think like this. You are sharing a report to the customer. Do you think all the terms and terminology that we are using will be aware of customer? They'll aware of those things or what? No. All terms and terminologies customer will not aware, because it is our terms and terminology, and we should not expect customer will aware of all those things. So that's the reason I usually say provide insight about each and everything. Say like even you do like this, hits per second. You are putting a word hits per second means at least put a definition for hits per second in the report, because then only customer will understand. Okay, hits per second means the number of requests that are giving it to the server per second. Yes, the number of requests that we are giving it to the server per second. Throughput. Okay, what is throughput? It is a work done per unit time. With that only we are measuring your application throughput. So like this, you try to put the words, we put the sentence to explain to them what is that. Along with that, you try to put that meaningful interpretation of the metric. Okay, any question guys still now?
So you mentioned about throughput. Can you elaborate a little more about that?
Sorry, what is that?
You just now mentioned about throughput. Can you like make it a little more clearer?
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking on mute. So throughput, in each and every way they are using it in one way. In certain organization they are saying like transaction per second. In certain organization they are saying transaction per hour. In certain organization they are using the word throughput. So that is actually work done per unit time. So work done per unit time means what? In an hour, retail based organization they are getting 1,000 orders. Okay, so in an hour, healthcare application they are getting 100 inquiries. So like this, you are measuring your work, right, per unit time. Okay, say like unit time is nothing but per hour or per second or something. So that is actually called as throughput.
Okay.
You are getting the point, right?
Yes.
So analyzing the report and conveying the information to the receiver is very, very important. Don't think like simply by sharing the information, my job is, I mean, my job done. No, don't go to that assumption. You are that, I mean, you are the technical guy, and you need to explain to them in a such a way that they'll easily understand it. They'll easily understand it, because most of the time customers are not technically sound. So you need to say what is that? What's per second means what? Throughput means what? Response time means what? Like that, you need to explain to them. And in the below to that, you need to interpret your report also. You need to say like, okay, this metric is so and so, looks to be good. Like that, you need to provide your nice and simple words, so that simply reading the summary, they will get everything. Simply reading the summary, they'll get everything. One, don't only copy paste your tool level metric. Tool will give anything. Tool is a machine, right? So it is not having brilliance, but we have to provide the insight about each and everything. So that is very important. So analyzing the report is very, very, I mean, analyzing the report means what? Identifying the bottleneck. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay, identifying the bottleneck, and then learn concepts in and then learn some concepts in DB. Okay, database tuning concepts. Database tuning concepts. So that also you try to understand it, and then this effective test I told you, right? Like this know the workload or this that. Okay. Effective workload can be done using the little law. One thing, and you should know the log analysis. Log. Okay, somebody if they are sharing the error log, access log, your application log, so that time you should be in a position to analyze it and then provide your own workload related information. Okay, so that is also important. And then learn monitoring tool. Monitoring tool. So it may be any side, right? Like application side focused or database side focused or infrastructure side focused, or all. Even APM tools are they available in the market, right? You can learn any APM tool. So that is the reason we added one APM tool in our learning, which is actually Dynatrace. So we are going to learn a Dynatrace APM tool. So in that way, we are learning the front end side, server side, DB side, infrastructure side, everywhere we are going to do our monitoring, so that we will understand whenever we are using our application, how we are I mean getting the response time across the layer. So that understanding also we are going to get it using the monitoring tool, and learn some OS related concepts, some operating system related concepts. Okay, and something about load balancers. I'm not saying you should be super guru in learning these things. At least you should know what fundamental activities of a load balancer, what is actually doing. If it is not properly configured, what will happen? That kind of things you can learn using the load balancers. Okay, and then even you can learn about latest technologies like cloud. Okay, cloud or even you can learn about containers or that's what Dockers, containers, and then Kubernetes. Dockers. Okay. And then something on mobile technology, something like that you can learn also. So these are the some things if you are focused on, you will contribute in the problem solving space. Okay, so that's what I told you. Either you are focused on front end layer, app layer, DB layer, infra layer, or even your performance testing is also one such thing where you can contribute your work. So whatever these things that are listed, right? Already you guys would have done or you are currently doing certain activity. You guys are currently doing certain activity. So you have to make yourself comfortable in that. I mean, you are going to make yourself comfortable in that, and you are going to expand your knowledge to other spaces also. Okay, starting from one place and then expanding your understanding to other spaces as well. So that's how your learning is actually very important. Okay, so say if somebody is asking about activities performed by performance engineer, means these two things will give you an idea. Okay, so activities will be what? Either they can focus on front end layer, app layer, DB layer, infra layer, and then they can focus on improving or fine tuning the performance. That's where the activities you can contribute. Any question guys still now? Yeah. So now, I mean, the learners who joined today for evaluating us, actually what happened, we extended one more day today. Okay, it's being a Friday, so we wanted to have one more day extended because from Monday we can actually start our the regular session. So we extended the demo session one more day today. So the learners who joined today, who wanted to enroll for this session, please reach out to Kumar sir. This is Kumar sir number 8019952427. You can reach out to Kumar sir for any further clarification. This is actually, I mean, Monday to Friday session. Okay, Monday to Friday session and weekday session, weekend holiday. 1 hour every day, 1 hour every day. That is actually 7:30 to 8:30 IST, correspondingly in other locations. 7:30 to 8:30 IST, corresponding in other locations. And whatever the video that, whatever the session that we are taking, we are recording the video and then we are going to share that video through YouTube playlist URL. Already you guys are daily getting the videos, I hope. So you will be getting the YouTube playlist URL, and then these videos you are going to have it for lifetime access. These videos you are going to have it for lifetime access. All these are practical oriented learning, and interview preparation will also be there along with that. And then all artifacts, sample application, demo, software, all those will be shared through Google Drive. You guys can download it and then you can configure it and then we can learn the hands-on experience. So those who wanted to enroll, please reach out to Kumar sir. 8019952427 is number. Any question, guys?
No.
Yeah. So thanks for the learners who joined today. I told you we extended for one more day for the evaluation. So thanks for the learners who joined today for evaluating us. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank, thank you, sir.